All right, guys, you are looking at a brand new Wilson Bohannan, fresh from the factory. John sent this to me. In fact, he went ahead and repackaged it in the original box and security tape to prove to me. It looks a lot like a Wilson Bohannan, but it's got some distinct, disappointing differences. I mean, they recently went to CNC machining, so the body of this lock is very nice, very smooth, except when you roll it over, it no longer has that very distinctive, that historic-looking script WB like that. It's not engraved. I guess they decided that cost too much money. There's no indication on here anywhere as to who made this. You can't even look at the key, because when you look at the key, they're just numbered just like the lock. And these keys appear to be master lock keys on the same master lock keyway. And if I'm not mistaken, I think we're only looking at, instead of 5 pins, which we've always seen in Wilson Bohannans, I think we're only looking at 4 pins here. So quite disappointing. The only nice thing is the shackle. I did check that with my hardness file, and that is a super hard shackle. But again, they went to CNC machining. Let's look a little closer. Look at this chamfering along the outer rim here. Notice that there's an awful lot of chattering in that. So that tells me that they just weren't paying a whole lot of attention. I mean, it doesn't really affect the function of the lock. I get it, but first impressions are everything. The lock itself is perfectly flush. It's not recessed or protected in any way on the bottom of there. Just really, I mean, just the first impression of that to me is just not so good. The keyway, again, it's a master lock keyway. So let's try a master lock attack on it. And that would be a rake. See if we can find a tensioner. There we go. Let me grab a 25 thousandths Bogota. This is the BOG3 from Multipick. Slide it in, apply a little attention, and then just give it a little bit of rake in here. Yeah. Wilson Bohannans don't do that, or at least the ones I know that I've seen in the not-so-distant past. This is something new. This is quite a disappointment. And this is a piece of evidence that the bean counters at Wilson Bohannan have taken over production, because they've turned what was a great lock with very tight tolerances, very difficult to pick, 5-pin cylinder, and they've turned it into a piece of junk 4-pin master lock that I'm sure costs about 5 times as much. It does have a great shackle, but when they're that easy to get into, shackle doesn't matter. Wilson Bohannan, what are you guys thinking? You're one of the few American lock companies still in existence, and this is the route you have chosen? Have you lost your minds? Anyway, appreciate your time, guys. Stay safe, stay legal, and at least for now, stay away from Wilson Bohannan. Sorry, guys.
Lock Lab, where the fun begins.